25 miles.
For fixing the Olympics. Your money. Why is the Air Force losing millions of dollars in top secret equipment? A security risk that's also a waste of your dollars. And the American volcano. Thousands of people turn out for a spectacular show despite dangerous lava and poison gas.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with Peter Jennings. Sitting in tonight, Elizabeth Vargas.
Good evening. The violence in the Middle East has claimed American victims. In Jerusalem today, a bomb went off in a cafeteria at Hebrew University, where many Americans study abroad. 7 people died, more than 80 people were injured. 3 Americans are among the dead. The attack took place at a school that has been an island of relative peace in Jerusalem. It may signal a shift in tactics by the terrorists. ABC's Martha Raddatz reports from the scene.
They were eating lunch in the crowded cafeteria. Most were students, Arabs, Israelis, Asians, and Americans, blown apart by a powerful bomb that ripped through the length of the room. Nails and screws packed inside the device added to the damage and to the pain.
I heard an explosion. There was a smell of, I guess, like a lot of gunpowder or something like that sort of smell. And then people just started running and screaming and whatnot, bleeding.
Many of the injured were unable to run or to scream or to cry.
People were in shock. We evacuated a guy that couldn't tell us his name. He was just staring at a point in the air. Nobody talked.
The dead were lined up outside the university's law school, among them the Americans. One, a woman who arrived just yesterday for a summer program. Scores of the injured who remained hospitalized are Israeli Arabs. The bomber entered the cafeteria over here, but then he managed to walk through a whole room full of students, almost to the back of the cafeteria. He apparently placed the bomb in this area, but then managed to escape. Police have no idea how the bomber got past campus security. The Israelis immediately rounded up Arabs who were nearby, including children. The group stood in the sun for much of the afternoon. Within an hour of the blast, there was a claim of responsibility from Hamas, the group that has been vowing revenge for last week's Israeli airstrike in Gaza. A Hamas leader was killed in the attack, along with 9 children. Tonight in Gaza, there was celebration and a promise of more violence. The celebration may not last long. The Israeli defense minister has authorized a military response to today's horrific bombing. Martha Raddatz, ABC News, Jerusalem.
The Palestinian Authority, led by Yasser Arafat, says in a statement it absolutely condemns the attack against Hebrew University. The Bush administration is under growing pressure to find a plan for peace between Israel and the Palestinians, in part because many people believe it is a crucial starting point to removing Saddam Hussein from power in Iraq. In the Senate today, the Foreign Relations Committee turned to some of the harder questions about a possible military action against Iraq. We're joined now by ABC's John McWethy at the Pentagon. There have been plenty of military plans floated on the front pages of various newspapers in past weeks, John.
About toppling Saddam Hussein. There was little debate today about that particular subject, about whether it's a good idea, but there were many questions about the how and the when.
It matters profoundly how we do it and what we do after we succeed. It would be a tragedy if we removed a tyrant in Iraq only to leave chaos in its wake.
I do not believe, as a senator, that the administration has yet made the case for military action against Iraq.
The first witness today was Richard Butler, who ran the last UN weapons inspection of Iraq 4 years ago. He said there is little doubt Saddam Hussein is again trying to build chemical, biological, and nuclear weapons.
It is essential to recognize that the claim made by Saddam's representatives that Iraq has no weapons of mass destruction is false. Everyone concerned, simply, Mr. Chairman, is being lied to.
Butler said there is no evidence Saddam Hussein has given such weapons to terrorists, which is a major concern of the Bush administration, and strong reason, Butler said, to believe the Iraqi leader never would.
I suspect that, especially given his psychology and aspirations, Saddam would be reluctant to share with others what he believes to be an indelible source of his own power.
Military experts warned that while the U.S. would no doubt win any war with Iraq, it would not be that easy.
Efforts to dismiss the military capabilities of Iraq are dangerous and irresponsible.
The war against Iraq a decade ago cost an estimated $70 billion, with allies picking up 80% of the costs.
The military cost of this option will be enormous, and equally clear that Saudi Arabia and other countries will not pay for it as they did at the time of the Gulf War.
The Bush administration admits as yet they do not have answers to many of the questions raised today, but officials are saying there is no plan that has yet been approved by the president to do anything, and military action is not expected until at least after the first of the year. Plenty of time for debate.
All right. John McWethy, thanks for that live report. Tomorrow on the broadcast, we'll explore the various military options for toppling Saddam Hussein. They do not present an easy choice. A new chapter in the Olympics judging scandal today. Prosecutors charged a reputed Russian crime boss arrested in Italy with fixing the results of a figure skating competition in the Winter Games at Salt Lake City. It is the latest blow to the sport's already tarnished reputation. ABC's Robin Roberts joins us. Is this a surprise, today's arrest?
It is a surprise. You know, I was in Salt Lake for the Winter Games. Figure skating was all everyone was talking about. Not necessarily a good thing, because the Salt Lake City Games were tainted by the biggest judging scandal in Olympics history. Russians Elena Berzhenaya and Anton Tsikhurelidze won the pair skating gold medal by the slimmest of margins over Jamie Salé and David Pelletier of Canada.
How did that happen? No!
The next day, French judge Marie-Reine Lagoon said she had been pressured to place the Russians first. Later, the Canadians were also given gold medals. According to federal investigators, Alimzhan Totakhanov, an alleged Russian crime boss, used his influence with members of the Russian and French skating federations in order to fix the outcome of the pairs and ice dancing competitions.
We've sunk to a new low in the Olympic world. When you have an Olympic scandal, a judging scandal, we're used to that. A controversy here and there, even if it's a huge thing like in February, that's a big deal. But this is a new low.
Totakhanov and others allegedly agreed that in return for the French judges' vote for the Russians' pairs team, the Russians would ensure that the French ice dancing team would win the gold medal in that competition. Marina Anasina and Gwendal Pesara were victorious. Federal investigators have recorded telephone conversations between Totakhanov and a French ice dancer.
There's talk about that the French girl in the pairs could fall on her bottom, and it wasn't going to matter. They were still going to get the gold. As it happened, she didn't fall on her bottom.
According to the complaint, this scheme was carried out in part to enable Totakhanov to generate goodwill with the French authorities in order to obtain an extension of his French visa. Despite today's arrest, Jamie Salé is not convinced this will change her sport.
It's subjective judging, and you're never going to get away from it completely, but we just do it because we love it, and we always have, and we always will.
Now, if convicted on both counts of wire fraud and bribery, the alleged Russian crime boss will face up to 10 years in prison and a $500,000 fine, Elizabeth.
We'll follow it closely. Thanks, Robin. In the national briefing tonight, the government's released some new figures on the economy. They show last year's recession, while mild, was worse than previously thought. In 2001, the gross domestic product shrank during 3 quarters, not just 1. And the economic recovery slowed down considerably in the second quarter of 2002, rising barely 1%. AOL Time Warner said today it's being investigated by the Justice Department. The media giant is already the focus of an SEC probe. AOL Time Warner says it is cooperating with the investigations. They focus on whether the company used improper accounting practices to inflate its profits. In California, a fast-moving wildfire has destroyed at least 5 homes and killed several wolves at a wildlife center. In Oregon, firefighters are struggling to contain 2 fires, more than 180,000 acres in size. 17,000 people there have been told to prepare for evacuation. And in North Carolina, police have charged an Army officer's wife with his killing. It is the 5th domestic killing there in 6 weeks, connected with soldiers at Fort Bragg. Investigators say the murder may have been financially motivated. The Pope is in Mexico to greet the faithful and to honor a Mexican Indian who reportedly saw a vision of the Virgin Mary almost 500 years ago. ABC's Bill Blakemore reports from Mexico City.
The welcome was ecstatic in this country that is 90% Catholic. They cheered John Paul on his way to create Catholicism's first Native American saint. A 16th century shepherd named Juan Diego. The Pope told Mexicans they must give native peoples their full rights.
It's this combination of John Paul's insistence on individual human rights with his ability to attract immense crowds that has been the hallmark of his papacy from the beginning.
The Pope's first foreign trip was also to Mexico, also fighting for human rights 23 years ago. Bill Blakemore, ABC News, traveling with the Pope in Mexico.
When we come back, a new study shows senior citizens are risking their lives because they can't afford the medicine they need. We'll take a closer look.
When you get to be 74 and 79 years old, you hate to think that you have to depend on your children to come and buy your medicine for you.
The spectacular volcano, molten lava, spills into the sea and a new beach is born. And top secret Air Force technology goes missing, endangering national security and wasting millions of dollars of your money.
This is World News Tonight with Peter Jennings. Brought to you by Chevy Trucks.
In 1935, Foxwood Farms started with one horse and a truck. The horse was a thoroughbred, the truck a Chevy Suburban. Today, they have a few more horses, but there's still only one truck, Chevy Suburban. With an available 8.1-liter Vortec engine, it's capable of towing up to 6 tons, making it the best Suburban yet. Chevy Suburban, like a rock.
Afternoon, ladies.
Hi. You want to join us?
Me? Yeah, sure.
So what do you do?
I sell paper.
That is so interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
Where will you be when your diarrhea comes back? You should have taken Imodium the first time. It stops diarrhea, often in just one dose. Imodium AD.
I'm back.
Don't wait till it's too late.
Hey, good morning. How you doing? Hey, how's your aunt? Oh, she's doing
My friends are always amazed to learn how many of us may need a nursing home or in-home care someday. And when I ask them how they're going to pay for it,
That's a good question. Do you know something I don't know?
State Farm Mutual Automobile Insurance Company's long-term care insurance can help protect you and your savings from the rising cost of long-term care.
when my aunt wasn't prepared, it was a real wake-up call. That's why I tell everyone, even if you don't get it from me, get it. It's that important.
Talk to your State Farm agent. We live where you live.
Do your leftovers leave leftover stains? New Cascade Plastic Booster penetrates surfaces, removing stains and odors. Keep plastic looking new with new Cascade Plastic Booster. Eat, drink, and be messy.
Introducing Minute Maid Blends.
Good morning, Grandma.
Good morning, Timmy. Minute Maid Blends with new orange strawberry banana and orange cranberry.
Now dig in. Your mom said to get a good healthy breakfast.
Flavors even kids can't resist.
He's your typical teenager, except for one thing. He stutters.
I would probably...
Tomorrow, the amazing breakthrough that could change his life on Good Morning America.
On Capitol Hill today, the Senate rejected another plan that helps senior citizens afford prescription drugs. This means it's almost certain there will be no prescription drug plan before the fall elections. This is a major election issue. We're going to take a closer look tonight at the crippling cost of prescription drugs. Drugs are not covered by Medicare, and there are consequences. A new study in the journal Health Affairs finds that seniors are dangerously cutting corners to save money. 22% of them said that in the past year, they either did not fill a prescription or skipped doses because of the cost. Here's ABC's Jackie Judd.
Roses have to have a lot of water.
Doris Galloway of Austin, Texas, kept a secret from her doctor and her family. She suffers from a variety of ailments. When her monthly prescription drug bill topped $200, she stopped buying the most expensive prescription, which controlled a digestive problem.
When you get to be 74 and 79 years old, you hate to think that you have to depend on your children to come and buy your medicine for you.
Just a couple deep breaths.
Boston internist Ira Wilson says Galloway is not unusual. He suspects that more and more of his elderly patients don't buy medicine he prescribes or skip doses, so a bottle of pills lasts longer.
There's a little bit of a don't ask, don't tell going on here with the doctors and patients, so we often really don't know the details unless we ask and persist in trying to get good explanations.
The study out today documents how widespread a practice this is. Almost 1 in 4 of all seniors surveyed said in the past year they didn't fill a prescription or they cut back on doses. The number jumps to 1 in 3 for seniors who have no insurance and pay for everything out of pocket.
The cost is prohibitive. 1 in 4 seniors report that they spend more than $100 a month on their medications. And for people living on low incomes and modest incomes, that can be a substantial chunk of their monthly salary.
One of the more alarming findings in the study is how frequently people will skip medications, even when they suffer from life-threatening illnesses, such as diabetes or heart disease. When Galloway didn't take her medicine, she got into trouble.
My heart got to hurting and my chest got to hurting because I didn't have the medicine.
How many times are you getting up these days?
Dr. Wilson, who took part in the study, says physicians have to be more aggressive about spotting patients who gamble with their health this way.
You have to think about it. You have to ask about it. You have to sort of ask several times and probe, make sure you really understand, and then you have to troubleshoot.
Because for a growing number of seniors, not being able to buy prescription drugs is a hidden shame. Jackie Judd, ABC News, Washington.
There is more about today's study about senior citizens and prescription drugs at our website at abcnews.com. When we continue, Earth, Water, and Fire, a trip to Hawaii and the nature's most spectacular show.
You don't buy half-broken food. Why buy half-broken tortilla chips? More whole chips for more whole dips. Tarengo's Tortilla Chips.
The savings are heating up at the Miracle Ear Hearing Spectacular, our biggest event of the year. Enjoy the sounds of summer with a custom hearing aid from Miracle Ear. Take advantage of 0% financing through November 2002 and special pricing on our most popular digitally programmable hearing aid, only $995. So check your yellow pages or visit any of our 1,000 Miracle Ear locations nationwide, including many in Sears stores. Hurry, sale ends August 3rd.
Whiskas knows how to get your cat's attention. New Whiskas Tender Bites, tiny morsels lightly coated in gravy. They're the smaller bites with a big taste. New Tender Bites from Whiskas.
In this place, I see a lot of gas. I also see a lot of folks taking medicines that don't fight gas. But Gas-X has the most powerful medicine to relieve gas fast. Not that I've seen works faster. Gas-X beats the bloat fast.
Do dogs have a sense of humor?
Why does she sleep in the sink?
Does he look like me?
Can he outrun my neighbor's schnauzer? I hate fleas. What's the best flea protection?
Now that I can answer. Frontline Plus. It's the longest lasting, complete flea protection you can get. It not only kills fleas quickly, it also kills their eggs and larvae. It's the best.
Ask your veterinarian about Frontline Plus. For dogs and cats, Frontline is the veterinarian's #1 choice for flea and tick control.
Are Great Danes Danish?
Need an extra outlet? Only Glade plug-in scented oil has an extra outlet built right in, so it won't block yours. Wizard doesn't have it.
Plug it in, plug it in.
Need an extra outlet? Only Glade plug-in scented oil has an extra outlet built right in, so it won't block yours. Wizard doesn't have it.
Plug it in, plug it in.
When I get gas, it hurts. I want the strongest medicine I can get.
Ultra Strength Phazyme gives you more medicine to relieve pressure and bloating, more than Gas-X.
Phazyme stops the hurting, and I feel great.
Phazyme, the more medicine gas medicine.
Tomorrow, could your child change overnight? The disorder more children are getting. But why? No parent can afford to miss this. Watch World News Tonight.
In Massachusetts, officials are deciding what to do with the remains of approximately 60 pilot whales. They beached themselves 3 times in 2 days. Scientists euthanized many of them when they became too sick to recover. It's not clear why the animals stranded themselves. In Hawaii, people are flocking to a coast to watch a spectacular display of nature. The Hawaiian Islands were formed 70 million years ago by volcanoes rising up from the ocean's floor. Today, 5 active volcanoes remain, and one of them is putting on quite a show. The lava flow from the Kilauea volcano has reached the sea. Through the night and into the early morning, thousands have turned out to witness Hawaii grow.
It's unbelievable.
It's awesome.
It's just absolutely amazing.
Kilauea has been erupting continuously for the past 19 years, but its most dramatic display began back in May. Spectators who call themselves lava junkies have been warned that the ground near the volcano is unstable and that the fumes Kilauea coughs out are noxious.
Some people are afraid, and to us it's just something very beautiful to experience.
Hawaiian folklore says Pele, the goddess of fire, lives in the volcano, and when she emerges, Pele quarrels with her sister, the goddess of the sea. Some quarrel. Some quarrel indeed. Next on the broadcast, taking stock and losing a lot of money. The military misplaces billions of dollars in equipment. It's your money.
Lesson 1. It's important to manage the growth of a large breed puppy because a large breed puppy grows up to 10 times faster than a small breed puppy. His body can even grow faster than his frame and stress developing bones and joints. That's why Purina One brand is scientifically formulated to help manage your large breed puppy's growth so his body doesn't outgrow his frame. Large breed puppy formula from Purina One. For a lean, active, and healthy dog, one can make a difference.
Once upon a time, a dirty floor meant a lot of work. Not anymore, thanks to America's #1 mopping system, Clorox Ready Mop. Simply squirt, and the special Clorox floor cleaner gets your whole floor sparkling clean. The kind of clean you expect from Clorox. No more buckets, no more filthy water. When you're done, just toss the pad, dirt and all. Works great on wood, too. New Clorox Ready Mop, the extraordinary mop in a box from Clorox.
Who was the first American woman in space? Joseph.
Everybody can use a little expert help with school.
Do you have everything on this list?
At our one-stop back-to-school center, our experts will help with everything on your list. And once again, Office Depot donates 5% of your purchase to the school of your choice.
Need a lift? I'll take the shuttle.
Office Depot. What you need to know.
You know, some people get heartburn so often they need a prescription every single day. What about the rest of us? For occasional heartburn, try Pepcid first. You take it only when you need it. Take Pepcid AC when you know heartburn's coming, and stop it before it starts. Or Pepcid Complete after heartburn's already hit. It stops heartburn fast and lasts all day. No prescription required. Pepcid. Just one, and heartburn's done.
This is the matchup we've been waiting for, the KG veteran versus the fast-rising newcomer.
I hear the way this rookie uses bill pay from Bank of America is really something.
Look at the way the veteran stuffs that envelope, John.
That is really old school.
Well, the rookie's in total control out there. He's deciding what bills he wants to pay and when.
The money he's put aside to pay his bills is in one of his other accounts.
Hold on. He's transferring money from his savings into his checking account right from his desktop. What a strategy!
We've got ourselves a new champion.
I'm Steve Dunn. Coming up next on K2 News, it's the nation's top firefighting concern, the battle to keep a fire complex in southern Oregon from reaching thousands of homes. From lobbying city officials to planning fundraisers, the initiative of a local Boy Scout to create a permanent 9/11 memorial. And it looks like a seasonal ice skating rink is in Portland's future. We'll explain next.
ABC's World News Tonight, honored with 9 Emmy nominations. No wonder more and more Americans are turning to ABC's World News Tonight.
ABC News has obtained an advanced copy of a congressional report that shows the Air Force has little or no control over much of its huge inventory. Every year, millions of dollars worth of high-tech weapons and parts, including classified equipment, goes missing. Equipment bought with your money. ABC's Barry Serafin has another installment in our series on government waste.
The Air Force's planes depend on parts stored in facilities such as the Defense Distribution Depot in Warner Robins, Georgia. Those parts are frequently shipped to contractors for repairs. But a General Accounting Office report says the Air Force's lack of control over its inventory, including classified equipment, is placing items worth billions of dollars at risk of fraud, waste, and abuse.
They're losing, according to the GAO, maybe upwards of 1/3 of all of the items that they ship. That translates into hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars, wasted every year.
For example, 85 electron tubes, such as this one, used in radar jamming equipment, were shipped 2 years ago to a repair contractor. The contractor says they never arrived, and the tubes, worth $3.5 million, are lost. Then there's the Defense Department's so-called J-list suit, designed to protect against chemical and biological weapons. Hundreds are unaccounted for, says Congressman Christopher Shays.
We don't know where this equipment is, and we don't know who has it.
And it's expensive. The Pentagon is buying millions of the garments for $200 each. At the same time, more than 900 of the same suits have been sold by the military on the internet for just $3 each.
We're selling it for a fraction of the cost. So in terms of cost, it's outrageous to the taxpayers.
The General Accounting Office says the military could learn a lot from companies such as Sears and Walmart, which carefully track every item in every store. If the Defense Department could do the same, it would save billions of dollars of your money. Barry Serafin, ABC News, Washington.
And that is our report on World News Tonight. Tomorrow on World News, the round-the-clock effort to raise an ironclad Civil War ship from the bottom of the sea. And don't forget Nightline. I'm Elizabeth Vargas. For all of us at ABC News, good night.
This has been a presentation of ABC News. More Americans get their news from ABC News than from any other source. ABC News, now traveling to all 50 states in 50 weeks in search of America.
It's a woman thing.
It's a man thing. We think differently, from how we ask for directions to love, even lust.
Tonight, Dr. Nancy Snyderman asks, what's sex got to do with it? The Brain Game.
Brought to you by the Johnson & Johnson family of consumer companies, leaders in women's health.
Now on K2 News at 6:30, 2 wildfires growing closer to one another become the nation's top firefighting priority. Now thousands of Oregon residents are waiting for a moment's notice to gather everything and go. Plus, a teen convicted of killing his parents and classmates appeals his sentencing. And sea life along part of the Oregon coast are mysteriously dying off. K2 News at 6:30 starts right now.
Live at 6:30, K2 News, the new spirit of the Northwest.
2 fires in southwestern Oregon are now the country's top priority. Even though more resources are on hand to keep the flames away from homes, thousands of Oregonians are on standby and will get only minutes to grab their belongings and get out of town. Good evening. Glad you're with us, everybody. I'm Steve Dunn.
And I'm Kathy Marshall in tonight for Paul Lindman. First on 2, a national fire coordination team has moved into Oregon to focus efforts on the Florence and Sour Biscuit fires.
Yeah, the winds aren't pushing the fire toward the nearby towns right now, but they are whirling the flames around, making it very hard hard for crews to move in and try and fight them. The fires are 2 of the 15 major fires in Oregon, burning more than 420,000 acres. The biggest focus is the Florence fire near Selma. It's burned almost 145,000 acres, and the Sour Biscuit fire has burned 35,000. The two are only about 2 miles apart. They do pose a threat. Should the wind shift, folks nearby will have to move very fast.
We have Team 2 coverage in South